My beloved, you keep wondering how to live a life filled with my blessings. And I hear that question, even when you don't say it out loud. It rises from that quiet ache inside you, from the emptiness you sometimes feel after reaching goals, from the feeling of something still missing, even after a successful day. You look around and ask yourself, is this all life is? I see it in your tired eyes, in the tension you carry in your shoulders, in the constant rush that fills your days. And again, with the same deep love I've always had for you, I say this: I want to bless you. Will you let me? This isn't a trade or a deal. This isn't about earning blessings through perfect behavior or flawless faith. You can't work your way into my blessings. They're not a reward for effort. They are invitations, open doors into a life filled with trust, closeness, and change. My blessings don't come randomly to those who impress me. They come naturally when you walk with me. I bless those who stay near me, not because they're perfect, but because they're willing to let me guide them. You often think of blessings as money or success or things going smoothly. And yes, I do give those things too. I enjoy giving good gifts to my children. But my blessings go far beyond what you can see or touch. My true blessings reach into your heart. They calm your thoughts, bring peace to your soul, and change how you see life. They show up as peace that pushes away fear, joy that stays even when you're sad, strength that carries you when you're weak. These don't depend on what's around you. They come from our relationship. They flow not from what you have, but from who I am inside of you. That's why I keep calling you closer, not to give you more tasks to do, but to offer you something better. I don't want a list of things you've done for me. I want your heart. I want your trust. Not only in what I can give you, but in who I truly am. When you come to me not just for answers, but for relationship, you make room for the life I designed you to live. That life isn't based on pushing hard to succeed. It's built on letting go and walking with me. It's not about control. It's about connection. If you want to live a blessed life, start by walking with me every day. In the morning, before the world fills your mind with noise, let me be the first voice you hear. Invite me into your day, not as an afterthought, but as your starting place. Talk to me honestly, not with perfect prayers, but with your real thoughts, your hard questions, and your quiet fears. I already know all of it. I'm not waiting for fancy words. I'm looking for your presence. When you show up, I meet you with grace every time. And as you go through your day, start noticing what I'm already doing. Gratitude isn't just being polite. It's a spiritual way of seeing. When you thank me even in hard times, your focus shifts from what's missing to what's already there. And when you do that, you'll realize I've never stopped blessing you. The breath in your body, the love you've received, the strength that carried you through yesterday, these are all signs that I'm close. But I want to take you deeper. I want to bless not just your days, but the decisions you make. Invite me into your choices. Ask me what to chase after, when to wait, who to trust. I'm not far off or quiet. I speak to you through my peace, through little nudges, through my word, and through wisdom that calms your fears and helps you walk steady. I give discernment freely to anyone who asks. You don't need to guess your way through life. You have me. As your trust grows, I'll stretch your heart to love more. Blessings aren't for keeping to yourself. They're meant to be shared. Give freely, not just money, but your time, your encouragement, your story. When you pour out what I've given you, you make space for even more. This isn't loss. It's increase. The more you give, the more your life becomes like a flowing river instead of a still pond. and I pour my blessings into rivers. Learn to enjoy contentment, not as giving up, but as finding joy in what you already have. Contentment doesn't stop you from dreaming. It protects your heart while you wait. It keeps you from becoming bitter, jealous, or worried. When you trust my timing, you can relax, breathe, and live with open hands, knowing that what's meant for you won't miss you. This is the beginning of a life filled with blessing. Not a life free of pain, but a life grounded in my presence. And that changes everything. It turns worry into trust, routine into worship, fear into boldness. When you walk with me, you start to see the difference between being comfortable and being called. Between temporary happiness and true joy, you begin living for what matters most. You start seeing blessings in the places others overlook. So again I ask, will you let me bless you? Will you make room in your thoughts and in your full schedule to hear my voice? Will you open your heart to a closer walk with me, one that may require you to let go of control, but will bring real abundance? Not always the way you imagine, but always the way you need. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm asking you to be present. I'm not focused on what you can do. I want to offer you who I am. Let go of any idea that I am far away, strict, or uninterested. I'm near. I'm on your side. I'm good. And I want to bless you. Not later. Not when you've done everything right. But now. Right here. In this moment. Come. Let me show you what life looks like when I'm leading. You've already taken the first step. I see it. The quiet yes in your heart that says, God, I want more of you. I want a full life, not just a busy one. I want peace, not just plans. I want meaning, not just motion. That yes is enough to start. And with it, I draw you close. Not to pressure you, but to teach you how to receive. Because living in my blessings isn't about doing more. It's about lining up your heart, your choices, and your dreams with my voice. That begins with faith. Not a vague feeling, but real personal trust in who I am and how I work. You might think faith is complicated, that you need deep knowledge or spiritual strength to have it. But it's really simple. Faith is choosing to trust me even when you don't understand everything. It's believing I'm still good even when you're unsure of the outcome. It's trusting I'm still here, even in the silence. You don't need to feel strong to have faith. You just need to lean on me. That leaning, that daily choice to believe I am who I say I am, that's what opens the door to my blessings. Talk to me. Not only in emergencies, not only when you're desperate, but all the time. Let prayer become your rhythm, your resting place, your lifeline. I'm not waiting for the perfect moment to hear from you. I'm not checking how fancy your words are. I'm listening for your heart. I'm drawn to your honesty. Speak to me plainly, from where you really are. I delight in your voice even when it's shaky, especially when it's shaky. And as you talk to me more, you'll notice your heart getting softer, your view of life changing. You'll stop seeing your life as just a list of things to get through and start seeing it as a sacred story we're writing together. And as you speak, remember to listen too. My guidance isn't hidden or hard to find. I'm not trying to confuse you. I speak in the quiet, through gentle nudges, through my word that speaks to your heart. I guide through peace, not pressure. If you feel overwhelmed, slow down. I rarely shout, I whisper, I nudge, I repeat myself until you start recognizing the shape of my guidance. And the more you practice listening, the more you ask me, God, what do you want in this? The clearer my voice becomes. Do you want to live a life that's truly blessed? Then be willing to follow me even when it's hard. Not because I want things to be difficult, but because real growth comes through stretching. Trust doesn't grow in comfort. It's built in those moments when you don't know what's next, but choose to walk with me anyway. That's when your roots grow deeper. That's when your character becomes strong. That's when you realize my plans aren't just higher, they're better. And part of those plans includes transformation, not just provision. Yes, I want to bless you, but even more than that, I want to shape you into someone who blesses others. That begins by letting me shape how you think. My word is not just old writing, it is breath and life. Let it fill your mind. Let it change how you see yourself, how you treat others, how you make choices. Don't just read it, let it read you. Let it stretch you, settle in you, and bring lasting change. Because every blessing I give is not meant to sit on the surface. It's meant to grow deep roots in your soul. And gratitude is one of the best places for those roots to grow. You may see thankfulness as a polite habit, but in the spiritual world, it's a powerful force. Gratitude guards your mind from sadness. It lifts your eyes from what you don't have to what you do. It loosens the grip of envy, fear, and hurt. And you can practice it even when you're in pain. Not by pretending you're okay, but by seeing what's still good, what I'm still doing. Thankfulness isn't ignoring pain. It's standing up in the middle of it and saying, even here, even now, God is still good, and I am still His. You've also asked, how do I know I'm on the right path? How do I know I'm where you want me to be? The answer is simpler than you think. Look for my peace, not the kind that comes from everything being perfect, but the deep calm that makes no sense. That's me. When you walk the path I'm showing you, even if it's hard, there will be peace. But when you push your own way, no matter how logical it seems, peace will disappear. Learn to follow peace. It will not lead you the wrong way. It is the compass of my spirit inside you. Let your life be one of constant return. When you drift away, come back. When you mess up, come back. When you forget, come back. I don't count how far you wandered. I celebrate that you returned. My arms are always open. My mercy is always fresh. You don't need to be perfect to be blessed. You just need to stay close. Keep coming back. The closer you stay, the more your life will naturally move in the rhythm of my goodness. And don't compare your blessings with anyone else's. Comparison steals your joy. It blinds you to what I've placed right in front of you. What I've given you is just right for your journey, your calling, your heart. Others may look like they have more, but you don't know their struggles or what it cost them. Focus on what I'm doing in you. Celebrate it. Take care of it. Watch it grow. I have so much more for you. Not just later, but now. You are learning to walk in step with me, to build your life on trust, to talk with me, to hear me, to believe what I say, to be thankful, and to follow peace. These aren't just good habits. They are open doors. And through them, you'll find the richness of my presence. Through them, you will walk into the blessings I've long prepared for you. Let's keep walking, child. There is more for you to receive, more for you to grow into, and more for you to bless others with. This is only the beginning. You've started to understand what it means to live by faith, to talk with me daily, to trust what I say, to live with thankfulness, and to rest in the peace that only I can give. Now I want to take you even deeper, into a place where your life is no longer led by worry, but by the calm confidence that comes from hearing my voice, my child. I don't want you to simply get through each day. I want you to live awake, fully aware, fully present, and fully tuned into me in every part of your life. My guidance isn't just for moments of crisis. It's something I want you to carry with you all the time. My voice is not only for a few people, it's for anyone who makes space to hear it. I don't have favorites. I don't make my plans hard to find. You don't need to beg me or earn the right to hear from me. I already speak. The real question is, will you listen with a heart that's ready to follow? Will you take time to hear my quiet whisper beneath all the noise around you? Will you let go of needing instant answers and instead choose the quiet strength of following me step by step? You often ask for clear signs, and sometimes I do give them. But many times, I guide you through calmness. I give peace when your choice matches my heart. I stir your spirit when something is not for you. I open doors no one can shut, and I close doors no one can force open. Sometimes I delay things, not to upset you, but to get you ready. When I seem quiet, it's not because I've left. It's because I'm inviting you to come closer, to listen more deeply, and to trust beyond what your eyes can see. Learning to recognize my voice isn't about getting a method right. It's about growing in closeness with me. The more you know me, the more easily you'll hear me. Just like a child knows a parent's whisper in the dark, your heart will begin to know my voice clearly. The best way to grow in this is to spend time with me regularly. Not only when you pray, but in moments of quiet, in how you read my word, and in how you go through your day. Invite me into your choices. Ask me, what do you want me to do? Then wait, not with fear, but with hope. I will never guide you into fear or confusion. I may lead you into things that stretch you or challenge you, steps of faith that seem too hard on your own. But I will always give peace to your spirit, even in the hard places. My guidance brings confidence, even when the road is tough. When you follow me, you might not always feel sure, but you will feel my presence. That is the difference between walking by what you see and walking by trust. You were never meant to figure life out alone. When you look for my direction, I don't just give advice from far away. I walk with you. I stay close. Even when the road curves, even when it narrows, even when it feels dark, I'm there. My presence is your guide. You don't need a perfect map. You already have me. Sometimes you worry that if you make the wrong choice, you'll mess everything up. But I want you to know, I'm bigger than your mistakes. My plans for you aren't so weak that your errors can break them. If your heart is open to me and you want to honor me, I will help you find the right way. I'm not upset by your human struggles. I knew them already, and that's why I gave you grace. Trust me to lead you back if you stray. Trust me to speak again. You don't need to live in fear of missing my voice. Just stay close. And when you feel unsure, come back to my peace. It's your signpost. If anxiety is making things unclear, take a moment to pause. You're never too far for me to reach. There's no decision I can't help you with. I can take your wrong turns and bring something good out of them. What matters most is not choosing perfectly. It's staying close to me while you choose. When you walk with me, even your failures can become lessons, and your delays can become stories of hope. Also remember, I often guide you in the small things, how you treat others, how you spend your time, how you handle what I've already placed in your hands. Don't wait for big moments to ask for my will. Practice listening in everyday life. Let obedience become something natural, not something forced. Let trust become your habit. The more you say yes to my voice in small things, the more clearly you'll hear me in the big things. And when I do speak, when I put something on your heart, when I use someone to confirm it, or when I stir something deep within you, you don't have to understand the full plan to obey. Just take the next step I show you. Obedience doesn't always look impressive. Sometimes it means waiting. Sometimes it means saying you're sorry. Sometimes it means stepping into something unfamiliar or walking away from something comfortable. But each obedient step brings you deeper into my blessing. Not just through what happens, but through how we grow together. Don't chase results. Chase me. My guidance is not a checklist. It's a relationship. A life full of blessing doesn't come from getting everything right. It comes from staying connected to me. That's why my Spirit lives in you. To teach you, to guide you, and to speak truth when lies try to take over. He's not far off. He's not quiet. He's active, alive, and always pointing you toward what's good and right. So ask me every day. Ask with trust, and expect to hear from me. Then move forward, even if all you hear me say is, trust me. Because sometimes that is my clearest answer, and it's always enough. You are growing. You are becoming someone who not only wants my blessing, but also walks closely with me. And in this walk, you will find wisdom, safety, peace, and joy beyond anything you could create by your own plans. Keep listening. I'm always speaking. Keep following. I'm always leading. By now, you've probably noticed something changing in you, not just in how you speak to me or hear me, but in how you see your whole life. This change, this deep shift in how you live, isn't by chance. It's the result of surrender. As you've leaned on me, let go of control, and allowed my voice to shape your steps, your spirit has started to match my rhythm. And this rhythm brings something the world can never offer: abundance. Not the kind of abundance that comes from having more things, but the kind that comes from being in line with me. This kind of abundance doesn't just bless you, it changes you. To live this way is to live free. Free from measuring your value by your performance, your money, your image, or your control. It means finding joy in what can never be taken: my presence, my promises, and the peace that comes from both. Abundance isn't about how much you have. It's about what has your heart. When fear, comparison, or worry hold your heart, you'll always feel like it's not enough. But when I hold your heart, even the simplest moments become full of joy. You weren't created to live with clenched fists. You were created to live open, open to receive, open to give, open to feel and grow and share without fear. Still, I know it's hard to live this way. You've been taught to protect yourself, to prepare for the worst, to hold back in case things fall apart. But living like that becomes its own kind of prison. I'm calling you to a life where you don't have to hold back your love, your time, or your heart, because you trust that as you pour out, I will keep pouring in. This giving and receiving is the holy rhythm of my blessing. Not just one way, not one-sided, but a beautiful exchange between us and between you and others. When you give from a place of trust, you reflect who I am. I give freely. I bless without limits. And when you do the same, you show my heart to the world. That's why I ask you to be generous, not just with money, but with kindness, with encouragement, with forgiveness, with your attention. Every time you give in love, it shows you believe in my care more than in your own control. And in that kind of trust, you will find contentment. Not the kind of contentment that means giving up, but the kind that sets you free. Contentment doesn't mean you stop hoping. It means you enjoy today while still believing in tomorrow. It quiets the voices that say you're not enough and reminds you that I am always enough. When you choose this kind of contentment, you stop striving to be seen or approved of. You begin to live with joy in what is. You've seen this kind of joy in others before. Maybe you've met someone who had very little but seemed full of peace, as if it was part of who they were. Or you've heard stories of people who lost everything the world values, but still walked in strength that others couldn't understand. That's what my abundance looks like. It's not weak. It's not based on good times. It's deep and lasting, and nothing can shake it. Not loss, not delays, not hard seasons. You may think you need more things, more control, or more answers. But what you really need is more of me. And the wonderful truth is, I'm already yours. You don't have to chase me. Just turn toward me. I'm not holding back my blessings. I'm just waiting for you to realize they're already with you. The people who care about you. The breath in your lungs. The grace that met you this morning. The peace you've begun to feel. These are not small gifts. They are the building blocks of a truly abundant life. And as you live in this kind of abundance, it will start to spread through you. You'll speak words that lift people from sadness. You'll do small things that change the feel of a room. You won't just want to be blessed. You'll want to bless others. Not because you feel like you have to, but because your heart is so full, it overflows. And that overflow is what I use to bring change to families, to workplaces, to communities. It's not your effort alone. It's my spirit working through you, blessing people in ways you might never even realize. So don't hold back. Let your joy be clear. Let giving be something you do naturally. Let thankfulness be your everyday song. Let your life be a safe place for others. Not because you're perfect, but because you're filled with me. When the world speaks fear, lack, and comparison, let your life tell a different story. A story that says there is a God who gives, who provides, who satisfies. This is how my kingdom grows, through ordinary people filled with my extraordinary peace, through surrendered hearts that live in heaven's rhythm. Through those who keep choosing to trust, to give, and to praise. That's the kind of life I bless. That's the kind of life I'm growing in you. So stay open. Stay faithful. Keep pouring out what I pour in. And watch how blessing multiplies, not just around you, but within you. This is abundance. This is freedom. This is life as I intended it. And it's yours not someday. But now you've seen glimpses of it, now the richness of a life that flows from my presence. The peace that steadies you in uncertainty. The joy that rises in quiet moments of trust. But you're also beginning to understand that this journey isn't without resistance. As you lean into me, distractions will rise. Voices will pull, old patterns will tempt the enemy. Knows he cannot take your salvation, but he will try to steal your attention, your confidence, your peace. That is why I'm calling you not just into abundance, but into resilience, the kind that only grows through faith that endures. There will be days when the blessing doesn't look like abundance at all. It will look like holding on when everything in you wants to let go. It will look like standing in the dark with no map but my voice saying, "Stay with me in those moments." You might ask, where are the blessings now? But don't be fooled by appearances. Sometimes the greatest blessings come not when life is easy, but when faith is real, when you learn to trust me not for what I give, but for who I am. You see, I bless you. Not just by giving to you, but by growing you, and growth rarely feels like ease. It feels like being stretched, tested, refined. You might even wonder, if you love me, why does this hurt? My child, love and pain can coexist in the hands of a healer. I prune, because I love, I discipline, because I delight in you. I allow certain pressures not to break you, but to bring forth what's eternal in you. Pressure reveals your foundation, And I want that foundation to be me. There are things I'm building in you that require fire to forge, not fire that consumes, but fire that purifies. I am burning away lies you believed about yourself. I am refining the parts of your identity that were shaped by rejection, by shame, by fear. I am dismantling the scaffolding of self-reliance so that you may finally rest in my strength. And yes, it may feel like loss, but I assure you it is gain every time something false falls away. You are freer every time something old is surrendered, something holy takes its place. This is how resilience forms, not in a vacuum, but in the valleys, in the moments when hope is a choice. Not a feeling, when worship sounds like, even if not, I will still trust you when your prayers feel unanswered. But you keep praying anyway. I am near in those moments, closer than your breath, more committed than your doubts. I see your tears. They are not signs of weakness. They are sacred offerings. I collect them, I remember them, and I respond to them in ways you may not always recognize, but will one day. Understand, so don't mistake delay for denial. Don't confuse silence for absence. I'm always working. Sometimes I'm moving mountains you can't see yet. Sometimes I'm changing hearts, including yours. Sometimes I'm orchestrating divine appointments and unseen interventions that will unfold in perfect time. You want quick answers, but I'm after deeper healing. You want closure, but I'm cultivating character. You want relief, but I'm developing resilience. And through it all, I am with you. My blessings are not limited to open doors and answered prayers. Sometimes the blessing is the strength to keep walking when the door stays closed. Sometimes it's the ability to praise while you wait. Sometimes it's the inner transformation that comes when everything else is still. I am not wasting this season. I am using it, shaping you into someone who knows how to stand when others fall, how to hope when others despair, how to shine when the world grows dark. And here's what you must know. Resilience is not about pretending. It's not about denying pain or suppressing emotion. It's about bringing everything to me raw, unfiltered, honest, and letting me carry it with you. It's about confessing your weakness and receiving my strength. It's about being real with me so I can be real in you. I'm not intimidated by your questions. I'm not disappointed by your struggle. I am invested in your becoming. You are not fragile. You are not forgotten. You are being fortified, not by your effort, but by my spirit. I am strengthening you in the unseen places. I am planting joy in dry ground. I am wrapping you in grace where shame once ruled. And I am teaching you to walk not by sight, but by faith that is tested, proven, and unshakable. You don't need to fear the fire. I am in it with you. Like I was with the three in the furnace, like I was with Daniel in the den, like I was with my son in the garden, I am with you. Now you are not alone in the trial. You are not abandoned in the process. You are not unloved in the silence. You are mine. And I don't just lead you to blessing, I lead you through it, even when the road winds, even when the night lingers, even when the answers don't come. So keep going, keep trusting, keep choosing me. When everything else feels louder, you are being transformed, and when this season passes, and it will, you will emerge. Not just blessed, but refined. Not just strengthened, but resilient. Not just standing, but shining, and others will see. They will ask how you endured, and your life will answer, because my God was with me. By now, you've walked through enough with me to realize that my blessings are not confined to mountaintop moments. You've begun to understand that I am not merely the God of answered prayers, but the God of your every breath, each one held in my care, each one sacred. You are learning to live differently, not just in how you hope, but in how you endure, in how you give in, how you become. And now I want to take you into a deeper revelation that the greatest blessing I can give you is not something you hold, it's someone you are becoming. I never designed this journey so that you would simply receive from me. I designed it so you could reflect me, not just in moments of worship, but in every space you step into: your home, your work, your relationships, your inner thoughts. I created you not only to be blessed, but to live blessedly. There is a difference. One waits passively for favor to fall. The other moves actively in the confidence of already being loved, already being chosen, already being empowered by my Spirit. You are not waiting to become significant. You already are. You are not waiting to be anointed. You already are. You are not waiting to be used. You already are. But sometimes it takes walking through valleys to believe the truth. Sometimes it takes silence to hear my voice more clearly. Sometimes it takes letting go of everything you thought you needed to discover what I've placed within you. And what I've placed within you is not small. It's not fragile. It's not temporary. It is eternal. I've placed my Spirit inside you. Do you realize the power of that? The very breath that hovered over the deep in the beginning now resides in you, the same power that raised the dead. Opened prison doors, parted seas, and broke chains. It is in you, not just His potential, but His presence. You are never alone, even when you feel isolated. You are never empty, even when everything is stripped away. My Spirit in you is not a flicker. It is fire. It is light. It is the mark that you are mine. So how does someone filled with my Spirit live with boldness that doesn't look like pride but purpose, with compassion that interrupts their own schedule to love someone who cannot return the favor, with peace that doesn't deny pain but transforms it with joy, that isn't based on events but on who they are in me? This is what I meant when I said, you are the salt of the earth, the light of the world. You carry something that changes the environment wherever you go, not because you try harder, but because you stay connected. You live filled, staying near, not just in morning devotions, but in every decision. Invite me into your ordinary. Ask me what I think. Ask me what you should say. Ask me how to love that person who's difficult. Ask me how to forgive the one who hurt you. This is where blessing flows, not from having all the answers, but from walking with the one who does. I want to shape your reactions, not just your resolutions. I want to guide your conversations, not just your goals. I want to be involved in everything because I care about everything. I know you sometimes feel like you're not enough. The world teaches you to measure your worth by results, by approval, by applause, but I measure differently. I look at your heart. I see every act of love that no one else noticed. I see every time you chose integrity over convenience. I see every moment you resisted bitterness. Every time you chose quiet faithfulness over loud recognition. You think it goes unseen, but I see, and I will bless you in ways that speak directly to your soul. Stop waiting for your life to begin when you reach a certain milestone. Stop postponing joy for the day when everything finally makes sense. You are already in the story. You are already part of the plan. Your life is not on pause. I am moving now. I am shaping now. I am using you. Now you don't need to cross some invisible threshold of readiness. If you're willing, I will work. If you're surrendered, I will move. Your yes has more power than you know. Let me also speak to the shame you still carry, the moments you regret, the choices you wish you could undo. I see it, and I'm not ignoring it. I'm redeeming it. I have never been interested in pretending your past didn't happen. I am interested in rewriting how it defines you. I use broken things. I use willing hearts. I use people who are honest enough to say, I can't do this alone. That kind of humility opens the floodgates of grace, and grace doesn't just cover you, it empowers you. So walk forward, not as someone trying to prove their worth, but as someone who knows they are deeply loved. Live like someone who is free, free to dream again, free to forgive again, free to believe that nothing can separate you from my love. That kind of confidence is not arrogance, it's worship, it's trust. It's the life of someone who knows they are blessed, not because of what they have, but because of who holds them. You are mine, you are chosen, you are filled, and you are ready. Not because you feel it, but because I said it. Keep living this life with me, not by force, but by flow, the flow of grace, the flow of my spirit, the flow of a soul fully alive. You've come far, beloved, and though you may not fully see it yet, the change within you has been profound. Not the kind of change others always notice or praise, but the kind that quietly redefines the course of your life. I've watched your heart soften, your faith deepen, your eyes lift more often to me. And now I want to speak to something sacred that flows directly from living a life full of my blessings, healing. Because to be blessed isn't only to receive what is new, it is also to be restored from what was broken. There are wounds in you I have seen for a long time. Wounds you've learned to live with. Some are fresh, still sensitive to the touch. Others are old, buried beneath layers of strength and survival, but still influencing how you think, how you love, how you dream. You've told yourself you've moved on, but I know the difference between covering and healing. You don't have to hide from me. Not your pain, not your memories, not your sorrow. I already know, and I'm not afraid of any of it. Healing doesn't begin with pretending it didn't hurt. It begins with letting me into the place where it still does. You don't have to explain or justify what broke you. You don't have to protect me from the depth of your disappointment. Just bring it. Bring the wound, the regret, the betrayal, the grief. Bring the moment that changed everything in the years that followed in its shadow. Bring the questions you're too tired to ask out loud. Bring the anger you don't know how to express. Bring the numbness that keeps returning. Even though you're trying to be strong, I am not here to judge your pain. I am here to redeem it. I've never rushed healing. I don't expect you to either. My process is not about suppression. It is about restoration, and restoration happens layer by layer. Sometimes I heal quickly, with one word, one touch, but often I heal gently over time. In moments you don't even recognize as sacred, in quiet mornings, when you feel me near, in conversations where truth breaks through your defenses, in laughter that surprises you, in tears that finally fall. These are not random, they are the evidence of my hand at work. Let me also say this: healing is not weakness, feeling deeply is not failure. Too many have told you to be strong by being silent, to move on by forgetting. But real strength is found in honesty. It takes courage to face your heart and say, I need help. And I promise when you say that to me, I will not turn away. I draw near to the broken-hearted. I bind up wounds with care. Not force, I hold you through every stage of your healing, not impatiently, but faithfully. You may wonder, why didn't you stop it? God, why didn't you prevent the pain? I understand that question. It's one I welcome, not one I resist. And while I may not explain everything now, I want you to know this. I never abandoned you. Not once. I wept with you. I covered you when you didn't even know I was there. I protected parts of your spirit that could have shattered, and I am redeeming what was stolen. I will restore the years that felt wasted. I will give beauty for ashes, not as a cliché, but as a promise. The beauty I bring is not artificial. It doesn't mask your pain, it transforms it. What once defined you as a victim, I will use to shape you as a vessel. What once silenced your voice, I will use to amplify your compassion. You're not just surviving, you're becoming someone whole, someone who walks with wisdom because they've been through darkness. Someone who speaks with tenderness because they've tasted sorrow. Someone who listens differently because they know how it feels to be unheard. These are my blessings too. They are born not from ease but from encounter, from me meeting you. Right where you bled and saying, you are not alone, let's heal this together, and as you heal, you will begin to love. Again, not just others, but yourself. You will no longer view yourself through the lens of what happened to you. You will see yourself through my eyes, chosen, cherished. Clean, the shame that used to cling to your identity will begin to fall away. The lies that said you're too broken too late. Too much will be replaced by truth. My truth that you are exactly where you need to be for me, to do a deep and lasting work in you. Healing changes how you carry yourself. You walk differently when you no longer limp with the pain of unspoken wounds. You breathe differently when you're no longer holding in the weight of uncried tears. You relate differently when your worth isn't up for debate in your own heart. And as that change unfolds, it touches everything around you. Your relationships shift, your prayers deepen, your joy multiplies, and yes, your life becomes a testimony, not of someone who never broke, but of someone who let God rebuild. So don't be afraid to heal, don't be afraid to feel, don't be afraid to grieve what was or to hope for what could be. I am with you in all of it. I am the God who blesses, yes, but I am also the God who binds. I do not ignore your pain. I enter it, transform it, and use it as the soil for something beautiful. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are being healed. And one day, the place where you were wounded will become the place where others are restored. That is my promise. That is my blessing. And that is what I'm doing. Even now, you're beginning to see that what I give you is not simply to ease your life, but to shape your eternity. And that, my child, is the deeper blessing, the blessing that doesn't always come in the form of what you gain, but in who you become through every season. You walk with me now that you've tasted healing, now that your heart is softening in my hands, and your spirit is learning to rest. I want to talk to you about strength, not the kind the world recognizes, but the kind that heaven builds, the kind that flows through surrender, forged in faith, anchored in love, strength in my kingdom. Looks nothing like the world's. The world says strength is self-reliance, performance control. It measures your worth by your output. But I say that true strength begins when you stop striving and start abiding, when you're no longer moved by applause or approval, but by my whisper alone. When you draw your confidence not from your ability to predict or control outcomes, but from your certainty that I am with you, for you, and working all things together even when you can't yet see how you grow stronger. Not by resisting your weakness, but by bringing it to me. I know the weight you carry. I know the pressure to appear capable, even when your heart is trembling. But strength doesn't mean pretending. It means persevering. It means waking up and showing up. Even when your emotions haven't caught up to your faith. It means doing the next right thing even when you don't feel ready. It means saying yes to me when everything in you craves comfort or clarity first. And I honor that I bless, that I pour strength into the hearts that keep coming to me. Not with polished prayers, but with honest cries every time you say, Lord, I need you. You invite power into your weakness. That is where my spirit meets you. Not when you have it all together, but when you finally admit you don't. My strength is not a supplement for your willpower. It is your very sustenance, and you don't have to earn it. You only have to receive it. Look back for a moment. See how far you've come. Not because of your perfection, but because of my presence. The trials you thought would break you have instead built you. The seasons you thought were silent were actually sacred. I was doing something deep, something invisible but real, something eternal. And now that foundation holds you more firmly. You're less shaken, less dependent on quick answers or external signs, more grounded, more alive. That's not your personality changing. That's your spirit being renewed. This strength is not loud. It's not always visible, but it's enduring. It shows up in kindness, when you're exhausted, in forgiveness, when it still hurts, in generosity, when you feel empty, in peace, when the storm hasn't yet passed. It's not flashy, but it is unmistakable. People around you will start to notice they may not have the words, but they'll see it, a settledness in your soul, a light in your eyes, a hope that doesn't waver, and when they ask where it comes from, you'll smile. Not with pride, but with the quiet confidence of someone who knows they are deeply held. You are not fragile, you are being fortified, you are not overlooked, you are being established. What I'm building in, you cannot be shaken, because I am the one laying the foundation. You may not know what tomorrow holds, but you know who holds you, and that changes everything. When you are rooted in my strength, you no longer react. You respond, you no longer grasp. You release, you no longer fear, you trust. This is strength the world cannot explain. There will still be challenges. Strength doesn't remove struggle, it redefines your posture within it. It allows you to stand when others fall. Not because you are better, but because you are anchored. You know where to run, you know who to call. You know that you are never alone. And in that knowing, you find courage that doesn't shout, but stands, that doesn't need spotlight, but shines in the shadows, that doesn't demand results, but trusts the process. This is the courage of the kingdom, and it's yours. Let me remind you, you don't need to feel strong to be strong. Faith is not a feeling, it's a decision, so is strength. It is choosing to believe that what I say about you is more real than what fear whispers. It's holding on to truth when your circumstances shout lies. It's choosing to walk forward even when you don't feel ready. I walk with you in every step. And when you can't walk, I carry you. You don't have to fight for attention. You don't have to prove your value. You don't have to climb a ladder of spiritual success. You already have my attention. You already hold eternal value. You are already seated with me in places the world can't see. So rise not in arrogance, but in authority. Speak not to impress, but to bring life love, not because it's easy, but because I first loved you. That is true strength. That is the power of my spirit living in you. I'm not asking you to impress others or do everything perfectly. I'm asking you to surrender more, to trust me more, and to let me be your strength. I want to show you what a life filled with my power truly looks like, not just in the public moments that others see, but also in the quiet, hidden choices no one notices, in the prayers only I hear, in the tears you wipe away silently. These are the special places where my strength shines brightest. And as you keep walking with me, I will continue giving you strength each day. I will do it gently, quietly, and faithfully, until one day you look back and realize that the strength you once begged me for is now a part of who you are. The faith you used to admire in others is now yours. The peace you once thought was only for certain people is now where your heart rests. This is my promise. This is my blessing. And this is what I am doing inside you right now. Now that your soul has tasted real strength, not the kind the world offers, but the kind that grows from trusting me, you're ready to see how deeply personal my blessings truly are. They're not random or scattered by chance. They are carefully chosen, designed just for your life. I have never given you blessings by accident. Each one has been specific, because I don't just know your name, I know your heart. You've spent so much of your life wondering if you were doing enough to be blessed, if your prayers were powerful enough, if your faith was strong enough, or if your mistakes had made you miss your chance. But I want you to know, I never blessed you because of how well you performed. I bless you because I love you. And my love isn't cold or distant. It's wrapped into every part of your life. Every time help arrived just when you needed it. Every friend who came alongside you. Every door that opened or stayed shut. Those were my blessings. Even the doors I didn't open were blessings. keeping you from things that weren't right for you. My blessings don't always come in the form of giving. Sometimes they show up in what I hold back. You've asked me for things, and I said no, and I know you wondered why. But now you're starting to see. Not giving you certain things was my way of protecting you. Sometimes not answering your prayer is actually my mercy. Delays may be my way of leading you down a better road. Silence from me doesn't mean I'm far away. It may mean I'm preparing you. I never say no to punish you. I say no because I'm saving something better for you, something you didn't even know you needed. You see a moment, but I see the whole path. Every stop, every wait, every change of direction. I'm using it to bring you to the life I designed for you. You thought blessings meant everything would be easy, but now you understand. Blessings can look like peace that doesn't make sense, joy that shows up before things change, wisdom that comes out of nowhere, or strength you didn't know you had. These things carry my fingerprints. They are signs that your life is connected with me. And yet, even with all this, I know there's still a part of you wondering, can I trust this to last? Will it all slip away again? Let me speak clearly. What I give, no one can take away. My blessings aren't based on people, on situations, or even on your mistakes. They are sealed by my promise and secured by my presence. Yes, life will still change, but I won't. I'm unchanging. And what I've started in you, I will finish. You've grown, my beloved. You've walked through pain and come out shining. You've chosen trust even when you could have chosen fear. You've said yes to me when it would have been easier to turn away. I see that. I celebrate that. Heaven celebrates that. Even when the world doesn't notice, I see your heart, and I'm proud of you. This is the moment to remember who you really are, not just in theory, but in truth. You are not begging for my love. You are my child. You are not trying to prove yourself worthy. You are already chosen. You are already mine. You don't have to earn what I've already freely given you. You only need to receive it, to believe it, and to walk in it. Wear my blessing like the robe the Father placed on the prodigal son, a sign that your shame is gone, your identity restored. And that restoration isn't just part way, it's complete. I don't just return what you lost. I return what was stolen, what was broken, what was buried under the pain. And when I restore, I multiply. I bring back more than you thought was possible, stronger, deeper, more beautiful, because of the road you've walked. Even your scars become part of your story. Not marks of shame, but proof that healing is real. This is the kind of blessing I give. Not just things, but transformation. Not just support, but purpose. Not just moments of favor, but my very presence. I don't bless you so your life can look perfect to others. I bless you to make your life whole and holy on the inside. Because when your heart is holy, your life becomes whole. And when your life is whole, it starts to overflow. You were created to overflow, to have more than enough joy, more than enough peace, more than enough love to share with a hurting world. I didn't fill you just for your own satisfaction. I filled you so you could be sent, to carry my spirit into places that need it, to speak life into dry places, to give what others have never received before, to love in ways that make people wonder about me. That's how blessing works. It begins with you, but it doesn't stop there. It reaches out. It changes families, jobs, communities, and future generations. Your story matters. Your life has meaning. I have placed my spirit inside you on purpose. I have covered you with blessing for a reason. You are part of something bigger than just your comfort. You are part of my kingdom, and my kingdom is growing, moving, shining through you. So lift your head, not in pride, but in confidence. You were made for this moment. You were created to be loved, to live with courage. You don't need to wait for the perfect time. You don't have to wait until everything is in place. I am with you now. And now is the perfect time to move forward. Let this be the day you stop wondering if you deserve to be blessed. Let this be the day you say, God, if you want to bless me, I say yes. I'll receive it. Because I do want to bless you. And I already am. Now, beloved, we return to the place where we started. But everything is different. Not because the world around you has changed overnight, but because you have. The life of blessing is no longer a distant dream. It's the reality growing inside you. It's the calm you now feel where anxiety once ruled. It's the steady strength you lean on even when you're unsure. It's the joy that rises not from success, but from being close to me. You asked me how to live a life full of blessings, and I have answered, not just with words, but by shaping your spirit. You now know that my blessings aren't just the things people admire. They are found in me, in walking closely with me, in trusting me, in staying connected to me each day. The true blessing isn't about having things. It's about having me, my peace, my presence, my purpose. You are walking in that now, and I want you to keep walking, not because you have to, but because you want to. Not because you're chasing something, but because you've found someone worth following forever. I bless you so you can know me. I bless you so you can become who I made you to be, whole, free, full of light. And when you live that way, you reflect my glory to the world. You show others what love really looks like. You become a message without words, one that says, God is good, He is faithful, and He still blesses those who trust Him. And I want you to understand this too. Living a blessed life doesn't mean life will be free from struggle. There will still be storms, still be questions. But you're not the same anymore. You're not easily shaken. You're stronger now. You are rooted. You have learned to keep your heart open, even in hard times. That is true blessing. That is growth. That is me working in you. From this day forward, I want you to live differently, not led by fear but drawn by faith, not pushed by stress but guided by peace. Let my word keep shaping how you think. Let my presence guide how you decide. Let my love overflow into every moment, every reply, every relationship. You are not ordinary. You are chosen, filled, and sent. Let that truth sink deep inside. Let it shape how you wake each day and how you sleep each night. There are still blessings ahead, things you can't even imagine yet. Surprises, friendships, provisions, and moments that will leave you in awe. But even as they come, I want you to remember, the greatest blessing will always be me. Keep me first. Let your greatest desire be my presence, not just what I give. When your heart stays centered there, everything else will find its right place. So as you go forward, don't wait for the world to confirm what I've already spoken. You are already blessed, not because everything is perfect, but because I am with you in all of it. My hand is on your life. My spirit lives in you. My angels go before you. My plans are moving through you. Walk with courage. Walk with humility. Walk fully alive. Return to this truth whenever you're tired. I haven't changed. I'm still with you. I'm still for you. I'm still blessing you. Let that truth be your foundation. Let it be your strength. Let it be your story. And when people wonder how you're living with such peace, such hope, such grace, point them to me. Tell them what I've done. Share your journey. Let them know that the blessings they are searching for are not far. They are found in me, in trusting, in surrendering, in walking closely with the one who made them for this very life. You are my beloved. You are my light in this world. And I am not done with you yet. There's still more to see, still more to give, still more to become. You've said yes to me, and I say yes to you again. Yes, my child, you are mine. And because you are mine, you are blessed. Amen. Now go and share this message. There is someone near you still asking the question you once did. Let your life be the answer. Let your words carry the love that changed you. Let your steps reveal the blessing of walking with me. You are not just living, you are shining, and I delight in you always.